to slow alignment flow. This is a vinyasa flow style practice, but made in a much more sustainable and deeper way, with moving more intimately and not as fast in a more dynamic vinyasa or ashtanga kind of way. In my slow alignment flow practices, I like to incorporate meditation and pranayama through the practice and using these techniques as a thread through the physical movements of the asana for a full-fledged and well-rounded experience. So you might be challenged if you tend to move faster, and my cueing will be slower as well in a hatha type of way. So it brings the best of both a hatha pace but with a vinyasa flair. So we'll start in a seated meditation. Sitting on a chip foam block if you have one handy, or some kind of elevated platform. Take a few breaths in the nose and out the mouth just to clear the lungs, clear the space. In our practice today, I'll be offering the theme of one of the koshas, or the 5 sheaths, the layers of human existence. The third of the 5 koshas translates as the prana maya kosha, or the body in the sheath that translates to our breath and our energy, our life force, our chi. When we look at pranayama, the pranayama is the 4th of the 8 limbs of the Eightfold Path. Also part of the Hatha Yoga practice of the first 4 limbs, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. And although we do breathe obviously unconsciously, sometimes we forget to breathe with intention. So we will breathe with intention, and we will also do some targeted breath work right now, starting with a box breath. Now a box breath can be an inhale with a hold at the top and an exhale with no hold at the bottom. What I would be offering for this opening breath practice will be a 4-part breath with an equal box side. So 3 counts, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Then 1 count will go up more with the breath in, and 1 count will go less with the hold at the top and the bottom, eventually inhaling for 6 and exhaling for 6. From here, finding a nice long spine, feeling the curves of your low back drawing in, your belly firm, your ribs tucked back, and your upper back feeling a bit more inflated. And the head tipping back so the neck curves in a little bit more. And then from there, a little bit of contraction through the pelvic floor. So you feel that nice weaving of the diaphragm and the base of your pelvis, nice and tucked in. Good. From there, take an inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. And hold, 3, 2, and 1. And continue. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold for 3. Good. Inhale. And hold. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 2, and 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, 5. Hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. And hold. Exhale. And hold. Now inhale for 6, no retention. Exhale, 6, no retention. One more like that. Good. From there, inhale for Om. Then let the eyes slowly open. Welcoming to your practice, adjusting into the room. Take your tip foam block off to the left, have a bolster off to the right, and your foam firm blocks at the front of the mat for support. Make your way to your hands and your knees. And then from here, start to tap the toes, tucked as you lift the hips back and the chest forward into your cow position. Exhale, rounding into your cat. Inhale, open to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands and face your fingers towards your knees and your wrists to face the front of the mat. Walk your knees back a little bit and we'll just start to warm up the hands. Inhale, reach your hips back, chest forward. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. One more time here, inhale. And exhale. Shake one hand out, let the blood flow back to the fingertips. Take the toss of the hands down with the palms face up towards you. Inhale. And exhale. exhale. Release one hand, and on the other hand, continuously shaking out those wrists and fingertips, getting into the bloodstream here. Keep your breath fluid, moving through that breath body, that energy body. Last little warm-up we'll do here, take the bum to the heels for toe squat, resting your hands on your thighs. Roll your shoulders back. And from there, take your hands around either foot, making sure you get all 10 toes tucked underneath you. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Breathing into your right side. Draw your chin to your chest and bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Roll your chin down towards your throat. Come back onto your palms, lift your toes off the ground. Just begin to roll the ankles around. Point and flex through your feet. Awesome. And then from there, go ahead and start to press back into a downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. There, bend your knees and walk your feet to your hands. Enjoy this nice rounded forward fold, Uttanasana. You can take your hands on your blocks. Good. From there, take your hands on your hips, lengthen your sternum forward, and start to press down through your feet, charging your legs as you roll off the stand. We'll take a few half sun salutations here before we come into some full ones. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Keep your shoulders on your back, keep your feet nice and active. As you exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Bend your knees, tuck your chin to your throat as you round your spine, roll forward and down. Take your hands on your shin bones, pull your elbows back, chest forward into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Charge your legs, press down through your big toe, pinky toe, and circle each heel. Feel those arches lifting as they help support the legs, rolling yourself up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down the midline, the heart center, tucking your chin into your throat. And bend your knees as you roll yourself down. Feel every vertebra, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, take your halfway lift. I like these in blocks personally as you inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rolling up. Your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up once again. Exhale, bring your hands down to your chest. Last time as we halfway fold over here. Staying down to the ground this time. Good. From there, take your right hand to the outside of your left shin calf and take your left hand on your low back. Bend your right knee, gently straighten your left leg, and just start to open up towards the left as you twist towards the left-hand side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And out. Release as you place your hands down in front of your feet. Switching sides, take your left hand outside of your right leg, place your right hand on your low back or around your hip, and then start to bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and turn over to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Place your hands down in front of your feet. Find another halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Take your peace fingers or on your big toes, thumbs beneath your peace fingers, bringing the elbows a bit wide. Inhale, send your hips back and your chest forward. And exhale, fold. Place your hands in front of your feet. Step your feet back to your first downward facing dog, second downward facing dog. Setting up the hands here, really feel the base of your thumb and index finger mount supporting into the mat. And then furthermore, feel the base of the pinky fingers and inner and outer edges of your wrist creases. Really suction cup the mat with your hands. Suction up through your elbow pits and your armpits, getting into the bandhas, getting into the lifts of the body. Sometimes the locks of the body, we call them. And you have bandhas in your hands and your feet, every pocket of the body. So lifting up through your hips, sending your chest a bit further forward and down. Inhale. Exhale. Firm your belly, draw into your pelvic floor a little bit more, keep your ribs pulled back, getting really into that alignment. Now feel the breath come back. Let it roll through you. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From there, inhale, come forward to plank pose, pushing off the feet. Hug your arms and legs together. You're here for a few breaths. Lengthen your tailbone down just slightly as you firm your belly in and up. Look forward through the crown of your head. Push off of your toes a little bit more. Keep hugging your arms in. And exhale, lower down all the way to the belly. Sliding the toes back. Nice. From there, coming into Sphinx position, bring your elbows forward, have your palms down, spreading your fingers, and pressing down to the tops of your feet. Press down through your pubic bone, firming your belly in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. One more breath here in Sphinx. Breathe out. Stack your hands, broaden your elbows, lower down onto your belly. Tuck the toes and take your hands onto either side of your waist. Press down through your knees and your hands. Inhale, press up to your low plank, kneeling plank. Lift your knees up, downward facing dog. From there, bend your knees and start to tiptoe Walk your feet to your hands, use your abdominals, so walk you forward, and then fold over your legs. Good, take your hands onto your blocks or to your shin bones for your halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll the spine up, lengthen the tailbone underneath you as you round up to standing. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from the hips as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Feel the breath. Plant the palms, step back, plank pose, Balasana. Push off your toes a bit more, hugging in through your inner thighs. Charging the space between the arms more as the shoulders gather towards your back. Push off your toes a bit more. Good, and this time coming down to your belly once again. From here, tent your fingertips off the mat so they're wider, rolling your elbows forward more towards the wrists. Gather into your pubic bone and press down to the tops of your feet as you lengthen your tailbone back and extend up through your sternum, lift up to the crown of your head. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, go ahead and start to take your right elbow and shoulder towards your left elbow and shoulder. Turn your chest to the left. Inhale. Exhale, press up. Go over to the right. And back up. To your left. And up. To your right. And up. To your left. Press up. Lengthen out through the crown of your head, lifting out through the tops of the feet. Lift up for a bit more of a back bend. And exhale, slowly lower down. Tuck your toes. Plant your palms on either side of your chest. You can come back through the same way that you did last time, or we'll press all the way through high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, press down, reach back up, and send your hips back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From there, this time reach your right leg back into a three-legged downward dog. Spread your right toes a bit wider as you kick your right heel back. Imagine you're kicking a wall behind you and you're strengthening out to that right hip and thigh. Become a little bit heavier through your left heel. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left, keeping your torso and shoulders parallel to the floor. Good. From there, point your right toes a little bit more. Keep reaching up through your right hip and thigh, lifting that right knee a bit higher as you push your palms forward and down. As you exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest for a high core plank. Inhale back. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right tricep. Full exhale. And bring it back. Exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Again, full exhale. And bring it back. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Take your block underneath your left knee. And have your right thigh sit a little bit lower. From there, the left toes can be tucked or untucked. I'm going to untuck my toes and press down to the top of my left foot and walk the hands up to the right thigh. So coming into a low lunge. Staying here for a few breaths. Really coming back into that deep awareness of our energy body. Inhale, reach your arms out and up to the ceiling. As you exhale, take the left hand a bit wider, send your right arm to the right and up for a twist. Tuck the left toes underneath you now as you push back through your left toenails. Roll the shoulders together and lift out in all directions. Now release the right hand down inside of the right foot as you take your right foot to the wide edge of your mat. Scoot your block back so you have a little bit more space for your left thigh, setting into lizard position. Take the top of your left foot down again to the ground. Extend out to the crown of your head as you reach your hips back and your sternum forward. One more breath here. Heel toe your right foot in between your hands once again. Find your blocks and take them beneath your hands. Shift your hips back into space. Lift your right toes off the ground as you find half splits on the right side. Contract your pelvic floor. Keep that hugging in of your abdominal wall and your ribs. One more breath here. Shift your weight forward into your right knee. Lift your left knee off the block and step it forward a bit. From there, walk your blocks forward. Step your left foot in a little bit more. And then take your left heel back, right foot a bit wider for a wider, longer stance of pyramid position, Parsvottanasana. As you take your right hip back a little bit, take your left hip forward a little bit, and charge your inner thighs together, and hug your inner thighs together as well. Good. Push away through your feet to drag the mat apart as you lift up through your waist in all directions. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can bring your chest a bit more down towards your right leg. Keep feeling the arches of your feet pressing down, big toe, baby toe, circle of each heel. And now from there, take your right hand on your block, reach your left arm forward and up, and find a twist as you open up towards the left. Exhale, release your left hand down, and step your left foot to meet your right foot at the front of the mat. Take your blocks off to the side. Send your hips back and down into Utkatasana, chair pose. Engage the glutes. Continue feeling that support of the pelvic floor, the ribs drawing back. Lean back more into your heels. Even weight between both feet. Take one more breath in. Inhale, charge your legs, reach the arms up. Then take your hands back to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Good. From there, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sit back to the chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring your shoulders more on your backs, lengthening out through your waists. Exhale, fold over your legs. Interlace your hands behind your back for Yoga Mudra. Take your pointer fingers to touch, thumbs touching as you reach your arms off your back behind you. Bend your knees. Bow your chest down to your thighs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let your hands walk down your legs. Find your halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Walk your feet back one step at a time. Take your chip fold walk off to the right. Back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, lower down now, partway to chaturanga. And then flip your feet as you lift up into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your left leg back into three-leg dog. Heavy through your right heel, super strong through every finger pad. Bend your left knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right hip, pointing through your left toes. And then exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Inhale, bring it back, full length. Use the full exhale breath to bring the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Step the left foot forward and take the chip bone block beneath your right knee. Have your left thigh coming a little bit more forwards. Take the top of the right foot down and take your left hand and right hand on top of each other to the left thigh above the knee. Push the top of the right toes back. Continue finding that heaviness in the hips. And take your right hand out to the right on fingertips. Let your left hand come forward and up for a little twist. Spin your rib cage to the left as you roll your shoulders back and lift up through your waist a bit higher. Exhale, release your left hand inside of your left foot, walking your left foot to the edge of the mat. Scooch that chip bone block a bit further back and take the top of your right foot down. Good. From here, starting to find lizard position for a little bit on the second side, and the toes of the right foot can be tucked or untucked depending on what you feel most comfortable with. Dive into your breath a little bit more here. One more breath. And then from there, walk your left foot back in between your hands. Bring your left knee a bit more forward. Find your blocks. Walk your left foot a bit more forward. Lean your hips back, lift your toes up, and find half splits on the left side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Scooching the right knee a little bit forward now. Walk your blocks to the front of your mat, lifting off of your right knee. Walk your right foot up a little bit, turning the toes out, and walk the left foot a little bit wider as well. Settling into your version of Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Take your left hip back and right hip forward as you push your feet away, hugging through the inner thighs at the same time, and keep that. Extend your sternum and your chest, breastbone forward as you gaze forward, and inhale again. And then exhale, bow your chest forward over that left leg. And then from there, take your right arm out to the right, open up for a few moments to a twist, open twist. Release your right hand down. And then from there, step your right foot to meet your left foot, take your blocks forward, sit back into chair pose once more. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. This time, keep with the arms up and overhead. Slide your shoulders down your back, hug your ribs in, find a bit of a standing back bend. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Come back to center. Feel your finger pads against another. Feel that energy collecting into your body. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Take your left hand to your right wrist, push your palm up to the ceiling and send your hips right and your torso over to the left. Breathing in through your right side. Coming back up to center, take your right hand to your left wrist, press up and over to the right. Send your hips left and your torso right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold over your legs, swan dive, the arms wide and down, forward bend. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Place your palms down, walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit, send your hips a bit further back and away from you, lengthening out in all directions. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhaling to lower down halfway. Inhale, finding cobra or up dog. Exhale, roll over your feet back to down dog. Lower down to your hands and your knees. Keeping your left hand on the ground, reach your right arm to the side and open up. And thread your right arm underneath into the left, coming onto the front of that right arm and shoulder, tenting your left fingertips forward. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Place your left hand down, inhale, unthread the right arm up towards the ceiling. And take your right arm back, forward, and through. 2 more of those. And then take them forward, back, up and through. And then take your left arm up. Exhale, thread your left arm underneath and through to the right. And taking your right fingertips a bit more forward. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Place your right palm down, reach your left arm to the left and up. Take your left arm back, forward, up. A couple more times. And then go the other way. And then taking your left palm down. From there, walk your hands forward and bring your knees back. Send your hips back and up and your chest down for melting heart. Extended puppy. Coming back into that deep sense of energy and prana in the body, filling up your lungs with your inhale and your exhales. your hands back beneath your shoulders. And finding tabletop position. Good. Find downward facing dog to neutralize your spine and stretch out your backs of your legs. Lower down to your knees. And then taking your knees wide and your big toes together for child's pose. Walk your hands forward, let your forehead come heavy. Letting go of the need to move fast and furious, or the need to achieve and to perform or to get somewhere. Take your palms together, spread your fingers wide as you lift your forearms off the ground and take the hands behind the head. From there, walk your elbows a little bit more forward, and then send your hips back to your heels as you start to push the elbows, sliding them forward along the mat. Inhale, and exhale. Release your hands down. Slide forward, staying low to the ground as you come forward to your hands, and then to your hips, tops of the feet down, and finding Sphinx position. Bring your elbows wide, take the palms of your hands down, finding Sphinx position now that the lower back is a little bit more open. Once again, breathing into your spine, tailbone, to the crown of your head. There, content your fingertips, lift up your elbows and find seal position. Press down at the tops of your feet as you continue lengthening out through all directions of the body. Push through your fingertips and push back through your toes. Engage your glutes, engage your thighs. And then exhale, lower down the elbows, stack the palms, and rest your torso down towards your mat as well. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, go ahead and start to bring your left knee, slide your left knee up to your left hip as you would set up for a half frog position. And then come back onto your forearms like you would set up for a Sphinx. From there, take your right arm, threading it underneath your left, walking it out so you're making like an X with your arms. And now start to press and take your left foot in front of your right knee, rolling onto your back, inchworming for a twist as your left arm comes out to your left side and your right palm comes facing up. And then finding your shoulders down on the ground. Start to bring your left palm back towards your right palm. Reset your legs back into your Sphinx position. And then take the other side for just a few breaths to start. Just warming up the body here. Breathe in. And we'll stay on this side longer, and then we'll take a longer portion on the other side. You can bend your left knee if you like here, and you can straighten your right leg out more towards the left without compromising your low back. And if you have space, you can take your right hand to the top of the left foot and find a variation of cat pulling its tail. Press your right hand against the top of your left foot. Inhale. And exhale. And then you can take your left hand on top of your right thigh and continue to deepen the twist. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then slowly release. The left leg first, and then roll onto your left arm, and then settle back onto your forearms into your Sphinx position. Take a breath here. And then take your right arm one more time underneath your left, rolling onto your right hip, stepping the left foot in front of the right knee, coming onto your back, and taking your left arm out towards the left. Good. Again, if you want, then slide your right heel towards your bum, take your left hand to the top of the left foot for cattail position, and you can also take your right hand on your left thigh above your knee and encourage that left knee towards the right a little bit more, and breathing into both legs and spine. Good. Now from here, roll onto your back and hug your knees into your chest so you can find a little bit of spinal flexion. Roll your head back down towards the mat. And then cross your right ankle or outer edge of your foot on your left thigh for thread the needle. And you can take your left shin parallel in line with your knee and ankle if you like. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. And carefully release and shake out your legs. And then take your left outer edge of your foot on top of your right thigh above your knee. Breathe in. And breathe out. Our energy, our prana, our breath is constantly flowing and changing every passing second. Allowing ourselves to always be a tool for transformation, for metamorphosis. One more breath here. Sighing it out. And then carefully hug both knees back in towards your chest. Slide your hands up your ankles, keeping your head and your upper back on the ground. Open your legs and your feet a bit wide and flex your feet into happy baby. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And bring your legs back into center. Hug your knees to your chest once more. Place your feet on the ground. Find your chip foam block. Lift your hips up. And find that support beneath the sacrum as your legs come up and your arms come up for Viparita Karate. Legs to sky. Let your shoulders drop down the back. And just let everything cool into your core, into the center before Shavasana. Roll your ankles and your wrists. Spreading your fingers and toes, releasing any last little bits of stagnance or bound up energy that needs to be released. And then bring your knees back in towards your chest. Lower one foot down to the ground and the other foot down. Lift the hips. And go ahead and take your bolster beneath your knees. And if you have an eye pillow, maybe get creative and grab it with your foot if you like. And start to tuck yourself into Shavasana. Inhale and exhale. Start to feel the flow of your inhale, tickling the nose, and sweeping out the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Wiggling the fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists. Bending your knees and placing your feet to the floor. Roll over to the right side. Pressing yourself up to sit. And sit on your bolster now. Find a comfortable seated position where you can sit in a meditation. Pressing your palms down on your thighs or your knees. Tip the pelvis forward, lengthen the tailbone back. Firm your belly and draw your ribs in. Roll your shoulders back. Soften the jaw. And tip the head back to open up the front of the throat even more. To the rising energy of the inhale. Down in the energy of the exhale. We'll take a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath. So you can take your right peace fingers around the center of the forehead. Take your ring finger into your palm and have your thumb and pinky finger free. Sit up tall so the nose has full breath capacity. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Seal your right nostril with your thumb and inhale through your left nostril. Seal the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Seal, exhale left. Inhale left. Seal the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release your right hand back towards your right knee. Just return to a few normal breaths before we close our practice. transmuted heart center, Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining in slow alignment flow. Let's take an Om together to close practice. Namaste.